Hey everybody, it's the Drunken Emulator Gamer. Now it's been a little while, but we're going to talk about today Crash Bandicoot. Now as you can see here, I pulled up the original OG PlayStation version. Now this is back in the time to where Naughty Dog was really just getting on their feet, and it's one of those ones to where, you know what? This was going places, and let me explain that. There was a time 20 years ago when this game first came out that Sony and Naughty Dog put everything around this franchise. And for you younger gamers out there that might be watching this was huge. If you go back and look at their marketing, and I'll talk about that here in a minute. If you go back and look at their marketing, they went directly after Nintendo. And let me explain what they did. In their commercials, they went directly to Nintendo of America's offices in Seattle, went out there with a bullhorn and attacked them directly in these commercials. And we all thought back then, and I was only 16 when this game first came out, that this is the one franchise that might have a chance. Yes, I know there was Sonic out there at the time. You can technically say Bonk, but that system was already on a death sentence or his death bench, excuse me. This is one of those franchises that we honestly thought that was going to do something. And then, yeah, you had the one-off Crash Team Racing, which was really, really fun for a kart game. But keep in mind what that was. But as I was saying, this is the franchise that could have been so much more, and Naughty Dog and Sony fucked it up. Now you're probably wondering, how do you think they fucked it up? Now, this is just my opinion in all this, but this comes down to marketing and marketing only. I think they made a fatal mistake in this game. On this franchise, excuse me. Granted, it was a man in a costume, but they gave that man a face. For a lot of us, that turned a lot of us off of that franchise. And that's why I think the whole thing just fell apart back then. Yes, I know you had Konami was involved. I think I want to say Activision's involved with the franchise now with that reboot. And a lot of people are complaining about the reboot that is too touchy. I'm thinking to myself, no, wait a minute. You're watching me in the gameplay now. This particular franchise was notorious, absolutely notorious for touchy gameplay. I mean, you had to be really careful in this game. You really had to. And people seem to forget that. And it's one of those ones where now you play it now, it's like, this game was hard for that reason. Yes, I know you can breeze through this game. Yes, I know that. This is the first time I picked up this game in 5 years, right before I started doing this video. And I thought about doing a live stream, and I decided not to because of that reason. I had to get used to the controls again. So this game has always been touchy. So keep that in mind. If you play the rebooted version that's out there now, or do like I'm doing on the emulated version, or if you can find a PS1 or original OG PS2 that works, when you play this game, you'll know exactly what the hell I just said. You will know it. So keep that in mind. Now, am I happy for the franchise being back? Absolutely. I mean, this is one of those franchises that need to be around. Now, I don't know if they're gonna try to turn this into a franchise name again, as far as Crash, but it definitely has its followers, myself included. It was something totally different. Well, guys, I'm gonna get off here. This is the Drunken Emulator Gamer. Now, hopefully, I'll be doing videos like this again. I mean, not necessarily live streams, but like doing news. I'm not going to necessarily do reviews of the games because I just don't have the time. But if you want to see more videos like this, to where like I play an emulated game, I just talk about what's going on in the industry, let me know in the comments below, and I will do more. But folks, that's it. This is the Drunken Emulator Gamer. And be careful, remember, not only fear the Roo, like I say in one of my other channels, but have a beer, sit down, and just game.